the 49ers choke away a 14-point lead, a 2-score game in the final moments of the game. I can't even believe that this happened. Like, this is one of the biggest collapses I've ever seen. And now you might be wondering, what the heck is a Panthers fan doing talking about the 49ers? Well, you see, number one, I was watching this game live. Number two, I'm a Brock Purdy fan. He's my favorite player in the NFL, so I also watch all of the 49ers games. And let me tell you, whatever I saw is a travesty. I want to rip my eyes out of my socket and throw it into the dumpster. Because what the heck did I just see? And yes, this is Saturday. I've had, midterms, all that stuff. It is what it is. But now we're here to talk sports. And, I've waited all week to make this video because this is a catastrophe. What the heck were we thinking? Now, first of all, before I go on to say anything else, let me excuse some of the players, okay? There are some players that, they did everything they can to win. Brock Purdy, you played good. This game was not on you. Jauan Jennings, you were cooking. You were stir-frying that cornerback. You absolutely mossed. I saw that play in real time. That was incredible. You had how many yards? Multiple touchdowns. You had a great day. This game, it's not on you. You guys do not play defense. Now, for the rest of the team, including the coaches, what the heck was that? What kind of dog rat pile mess did I happen to witness at this game? I'm right now almost sweating because of how fuming I was just even thinking about this game. You guys are sorry. Sorry is not even enough to encapsulate the disastrous performance that I saw. This is completely unscripted. I don't want to, I'm just going to dive right into it. All right, so we start. They're cooking. They're 14-0 up. They barely get a field goal in, whatever. It happens. And it seems to be good, right? The Rams are injured. They're not having the best game. It seems like it's going to be the 49ers game. And they do so. They're doing pretty good. They get all the way. There's, Jauan Jennings and Brock Purdy are connecting and cooking. And what the heck did I see from this defense? All this talk about, the 49ers being this, grand defensive team. The heck? These guys were straight up butter. You thought this team was the Carolina Panthers with the way that they were playing defense. This was a pathetic performance. Fred Warner, I mean, he's an amazing player, but he didn't have, an outstanding game. But, sure, let me say, okay, Fred Warner, you did your thing. But what the heck are my cornerbacks doing? You guys are like traffic codes. First of all, you got cooked by Justin Jefferson the previous week. So, this isn't the first time I'm seeing this. And all of a sudden, you guys make this, Tutu Atwell and these other these other wide receivers, they don't even start, man. And you guys are making them look like prime Randy Moss. What are you guys doing? And this coverage, the way that the 49ers are doing everything, the pressure that they're putting onto the other team. I feel like I am seeing the Rams just marching down the field as if, there's nobody in front of them. You could have put traffic cones and they would have done a better job. What was this game? And in the fourth quarter, and don't get me started on whatever I saw in that final drive right before they got the field goal. Ronnie Bell. Why the heck is this guy, playing in the game at this stage? Can someone explain to me why the 7th round pick, who's also not had a good game, by the way, he had drops, why is this guy on the field for the most important down in the game? Can somebody explain that to me? It's why? Can, somebody? Just think about how absurd it is. Ronnie Bell, I follow some of these 49ers, content creators. They're always talking about, oh, Ronnie Bell this, he didn't look that good in camp. And then all of a sudden, he's playing in this moment, and he has the biggest, this thing hit him square in the hands, bro. Listen, I don't play football. I'm not anywhere close to the level of NFL players. But I know enough to know that if the ball hits my hand, I should at least catch it, right? Like, it's not like the thing was going at you at 400 miles per hour, right? It's not like Ronnie Bell is a cornerback and, like, he just didn't expect the ball to come. No, he looked at that thing, made eye contact for at least a solid 3 seconds, put up his hands so that he could catch it, and it dropped in his hands, and he still managed to butterfingers that thing onto the ground. An inexcusable performance. Inexcusable. Now, he's probably feeling like absolute garbage of his performance, and he probably should feel that way because it was a disaster. It was a pity to see what the heck I just saw. That's right, Brock, okay, you know, he's not trying to put him under the bus, but everyone in that locker room knows this guy absolutely sold. Let's not kid ourselves. These guys aren't delusional. They all know that this guy screwed it up when it mattered the most. And it begs the question, right? It's like, you know, what are we doing? Like, in this game, Jauan Jennings is cooking. You know, Jordan Mason has been doing quite good too. Purdy's dealing. And in crunch time, we went to Jordan Mason. Like, there's this other, like, rookie player that I think the Niners drafted that I think people are talking about. It's like, why isn't this guy getting a chance? I mean, I don't freaking know. I'm not the coach. And then, don't get me started on special teams. This is something that the Niners just are cursed with. Like, I don't know what black magic or voodoo doll or, like, you know, football god has pissed off in, like, the 2010s. But ever since, like, the special teams is just, like, this, like, steaming hot garbage mess, right? Like, what are these raccoons doing on the field, man? Like, every time I see these, like, special teams, I'm always just like, bro, like, you know, first of all, the kicker. You drafted a kicker in the 3rd round. There's a guy called Brandon who's undrafted who is doing better than him. Like, and you see all the problems now, like, because, you know, they're not a very deep team, are they? And just how can you give up this, like, fake punt, man? You give up this fake punt, and in crunch time, when they booted the ball, like, you give up the run that puts them into field goal range. And then at the end, you even draw multiple penalties so that you make their lives even easier doing it. And, you know, on the final play of the game, like, there's a chance to, like, you know, maybe do some crazy, like, you know, crazy magic. And, of course, Brandon Ayuk, the guy who's been a, like, absolute whiner this entire offseason, just drops it. Like, all this talk about, like, yeah, this guy, like, you know, they got fouled. Like, who cares? Like, you complained, it got 30 minutes, and, you know, you play, like, you played, like, honestly, not a very good game. Like, there are many balls that you should have caught that you dropped. And at the end of the game, after getting paid $30 million a year, you butterfingers that ball. You had NFL linemen who had better hands than you at the game. Like, what a travesty, man. What a travesty. Like, this is just, oh my goodness. Like, I cannot believe what I saw. Like, yeah, man, the Niners are just, and you know what's the best thing? I bet there are going to be some haters out there that are going to be like, oh my gosh, look at Purdy without the Avengers. Like, he couldn't win. When he just, like, you know, is clearly playing, like, just as fine without any of his, like, top players. It's just like, man, I mean, I sure God has hope, like, they do something differently against the Patriots. Like, they got to give some of their younger players a shot. And, you know, when hopefully Pearsall and Debo and other, like, those players come back, like, things will be better. Because I cannot believe what I saw. Like, this is like the Kadarius Toney with, like, Patrick Mahomes, you know? Like, Kadarius Toney just gets, like, this ball. He could win the game, and he just drops it. Like, bro, like, what is Mahomes supposed to do, right? Like, Mahomes can't catch it for them. Brock Purdy can't play defense for them. Oh, you know, one other person that's also excused from all the criticism, Jordan Mason. You know, what a dog this guy is. Like, last season, he actually was playing pretty good, like, whenever he was put in. Like, I don't know why, like, Kyle Shanahan didn't use him more often. Like, maybe it's because he can't catch the ball or, like, something. But he's finally getting playing time, and look at this. Like, he's just a dog. So, like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, I'm so tilted watching this game.